Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of JMC EduTrends, a discussion that informs, inspires, and transcends. To all our first-time viewers, this program streams live on www.facebook.com/Josemaria College and on YouTube at JMC EduTrends. Don't forget to type in your comments and questions, send your emojis, click the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you would be notified of future discussions on JMC EduTrends. Without much delay, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the program host of today's discussion.
Hello.
Hello. So, good morning, J Marians, and to everyone who is joining us via Facebook and YouTube live stream. Welcome to another episode of JMC EduTrends, a discussion that informs, inspires, and transcends. By the way, my name is Jory Benedicto, and I will be your MC in today's discussion. But first, before we proceed, I want to formally introduce to you the people behind today's discussion. Ma'am Mirna Ambrosio, our communication director, is with me on our technical side. Good morning, ma'am. We are also joined by our Dean of the Department of Information Technology Education, Mr. Aaron Jess Vergara. Good morning po, sir.
Mhm.
Also with us is the Child and Youth Development Focal of CSWDO and a Mindanao Deputy Coordinator of the National Youth Volunteer Coalition of the National Youth Commission, Mr. Emmanuel Christmas. Mr. Emmanuel is also one of our social work students. Good morning, sir. Eman. And to our audience who are currently watching us, a very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate that you have taken the time to join us in this webinar. So today, we're going to be discussing a very timely and interesting subject, and I know that you're all excited to meet our guest speaker in today's discussion. But before that, let me give some of the reminders in today's webinar. Hindi makita yung...
Sige. Sabihin man lang. Just mention na lang.
So, may technical problem sa PowerPoint. So, if you have any concerns, please write your comments and question in the comment section below. So, to begin with, we have Mr. Aaron Jess Vergara, Dean of the Information Technology Education, for the opening remarks. Sir Aaron?
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Jury. And we're very happy to have this very special Christmas Nation episode of JMC EduTrends. And I believe that this is one of the most insightful that we will be having because we have with us one of the Davao superheroes, no, si Doc Mae Dolendo, and it's really a great opportunity for us, ma'am, to have you with us. And as part of the academe, I believe it's really important for everyone in the academe, especially sa students na inaalagaan ng mga institution, to really have this heart of helping one another. It's not really just for personal achievement, but the greater impact, I believe, on whatever endeavor we have is how we could help others as well. And I guess this is best exemplified, have shown to us through the example that is being led to us by Dr. Mae Dolendo. So I'm very excited to have her with us. It's a great opportunity for us, ma'am, and hopefully we'll learn a lot of things, and we for sure will be inspired on whatever Doc Mae will share to us. And yun lang, and hopefully pakikinggan natin ang buong discussion sa whole duration of it. Yan lang. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful opening remark, Sir Ron. And I hope everyone, especially our participants, students, and all those who's actually watching this live video at the moment, to stay tuned. Because at the end of this program, we will for sure provide or give you insights about Doc May's advocacy. But anyway, moving on or moving along, I'd like to, it's actually my pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker this morning. Um, she is the lead pediatric oncologist at the Southern Philippines Medical Center in Davao City. She also did her specialist training at National University Hospital in Singapore and completed an international outreach fellowship at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in USA. Through her passion and enthusiasm, Doc May has increased survival from virtually nil when she arrived at Davao City Medical Center at 1 year survival rates of over 60% in 2012. She has won various awards and fellowships in recognition of her work. Please help us welcome our guest speaker this morning, Dr. Mae Dolendo.
Hi, good morning to everyone. I would like to thank Dean Vergara for inviting me to be your speaker for this morning. And in the past several days, I've been asking, Aaron. Ron is my
Hello.
friend, my good friend, and for we have worked in several projects for the last several years, so he knows me quite well, and I'm very much honored to be invited here this morning to share and to inspire young people, and maybe just to tell you a little bit more about myself and what I do. I'm a pediatric oncologist, which means that I am a pediatrician who takes care of children with cancer. And I did my pediatrics training at Southern Philippines Medical Center. It was then called Davao Medical Center. I think most of you are very familiar with this place. Southern Philippines Medical Center is the biggest public hospital in the country. And our Children's Cancer Institute is the biggest children's cancer institute in the country with 44 beds for pediatric cancer, and we are covering the whole of Mindanao, and occasionally even there are some kids traveling from southern Luzon and even the Visayas to come and see us and to be treated for cancer. So I did my oncology training in Singapore, and we are a focus country. I'm also the lead for the St. Jude Global. St. Jude is the biggest pediatric cancer center in the world, and it is the World Health Organization collaborating center for pediatric cancer. And we're very happy that the Philippines has been chosen as a focus country for the WHO Global Initiative for Cancer. So I'm one of the leads in this initiative in the Philippines. So for us here in Davao and in Mindanao and maybe in Southern Philippines, we are very fortunate to be part of this milestone undertaking for pediatric cancer. When I first came back from training about 16 years ago, to establish the pediatric oncology program at Davao Medical Center. We started with a 3-bed unit. So you could just imagine, in a general hospital, we started with just 3 beds for pediatric cancer in the general ward. And subsequently, over the years, we were able to progress from 3 beds to 10 beds to 25 beds. And now we are part of the Cancer Institute. And under the newest law, which is the Republic Act 11215, Southern Philippines Medical Center has been chosen as a comprehensive cancer center, which is the end referral center for the whole of Mindanao. And since 2004, I started Davao Children's Cancer Fund Incorporated, which is a SEC-registered charity foundation for children with cancer. And over the years, because of the rising needs, we have evolved to the House of Hope Foundation for Kids with Cancer. And we are a recognized global partner of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So when Dean Vergara and I talk about what am I gonna discuss this morning, so we were thinking about what to call my talk, and maybe what I can share with the young people is sometimes when you are still in school, and I when Ron was telling me that I'm gonna be talking to students, I tried to go back and think, how was I as a student? And that's a very long time ago, but I have to tell everyone that I continue to be a student. You know, that you continue to learn, you continue to have experiences, and to be a better person as you go through life. And this is what is happening to me. And I chose the title "Success and Significance" for this talk. And while I was thinking about this topic, I was also thinking, shall we call it success or significance, or success and significance? So there's actually just a simple change of perspective when you change the word from or and. When you say or, it's a choice between success or significance, it's a choice, or success and significance, having both. And for me, I believe that you can actually have both. And I would just like to share a story about this lady. I was very inspired. I was reading about her about several days ago in preparation for this talk. Usually I'm more effective in delivering talk extemporaneously than reading from a script. Ron knows that very well.
Yes,
I stumble through prepared scripts. He
yes,
would
no.
have to have 5 takes before I can really take it. So, but what I do in preparation for talks is I would think about several topics, and I would think about inspiration for talks. And this lady, which I've read, she's actually an author. I don't know whether young people have read Huffington Post.
Mm,
There are
for
stories
example,
in
yes, no.
Huffington Post, in very inspiring stories in Huffington Post. And this lady, her name is Ariana Huffington. She is actually she was born in Greece, so she has a Greek background, and she married an American, and currently, and at the time, she's an author of this book called Thrive. Thrive as a word is, it's, I feel it's very broad, and it's very rich, because you can say you live, right, or life. But when you say thrive, it means, that it takes on a greater meaning. It means that you have a rich life. And in this book, Ariana wrote about her experience. She's very, very successful. She has money, and she has power. And I think this is what we all measure ourselves when we call ourselves successful, right? When we think of somebody who has lots of money, oh, this guy is really very successful, or somebody who is very powerful, then we would say that this person is very successful. And so Ariana Huffington had both. She was the cover of Time. She was a co-founder of Huffington Media Corporation, which is one of the fastest growing and very rich broadcasting corporations in the U.S. And she was very, very busy. One day she fell down. No, her day is always full. She was just her schedule start very early and end up very late, and she was always very busy. Then all of a sudden one day she fell down. She got a bruise. And they did all sorts of things for her. Why is it that she just fell down? There was no reason for it. She was at the peak of her career. She was very active, and then all of a sudden she just fell down and hit herself. And she went through so many things. She had an MRI, she had a CAT scan, she had an echocardiography, and all of those things turned out to be negative. Nothing was wrong with her. She just fell down. And it was probably because of exhaustion. And then because of that incident, she was asking herself, is this what success means? So is this how it is to be successful? She was being recognized. She had lots of money. She could do anything. And then, all of a sudden she just, fell down from exhaustion. And that is when she started to think about the book called Thrive. And she was saying that success could be a two-legged stool. One is money. I'm sure a stool, a chair. If it has two legs, you have money as one of its leg and power as the other leg. For a while that might be good, and it balances. If you can sit in it and you could balance for a while, but after some time you're bound to fall down, because two legs will not really balance a stool. And then she thought that there was a third leg that is supposed to balance money and power. And this is having a rich life, having intuition, being able to share, and being able to give. And over the past several years, in my experience, not only as a pediatric oncologist, maybe I have a richer view on life because I'm a pediatric oncologist. You see very young kids, kids as young as 5, who lose to cancer, who lose their lives to cancer. And then you come to think of life. At this point in time, Jory, you may be thinking that, no, I'm 20 years old. I have so much ahead of me. But this kid only has 5 years in his life. Then your perspective really changes. What do you do with your life, right? What do you do with your life if you only have 5 years? And this you run around and do you do all sorts of things. At the age of 20, what do you do? Right. And I think this is a common question for everyone. I always thought, why did I become a doctor? I really wanted to be a doctor ever since I was 9 years old. I decided I want to be a doctor. And there's really no easy way through life, and success does not have any shortcuts. When you say that you can be successful without working hard, I don't think that is I don't think that is really true. Because when you accomplish something that isn't hard, that isn't hard. I think the sense of accomplishment is not as fulfilling as you might think it is. And this is the reason why uh, people will ask me, why do you do pediatric oncology? Isn't that a very depressing specialty? Isn't that tough? I mean, when you become a doctor, you always presume, or you always assume that you will save lives, right?
Mm.
But you go into pediatric oncology, you have to accept the reality that you cannot save everyone. There will be kids who will make it, and there will be kids who will not. And this is a very, very important perspective that I have to accept as a pediatric oncologist. And
Mm.
I've uh, how long does it take to become a pediatric oncologist? Many years. You go through med school, and then you go through internship, and then a residence in pediatrics. So it takes a very long time to get here. But I am very happy where I am. I feel that I am both successful and I'm both significant, because we it's a job that allows me to make a difference in kids' lives. And every year we every December 8th we celebrate Survivors Day. In this celebration, we invite all of the children who have gone through cancer and who have survived. And we have survivors who are more than 20 years old, older than Jory, 20, 25 years old survivors. And they've been through cancer, and they've been through a lot, and it's really a tough journey. And I always believe that when you want something, you look at people who already have your dream, and then you work towards it. And I think that's a very, very important approach for people, for young people. And I think this is one of the reasons why Ron invited me here. Because despite
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
fact that my work is could be depressing to some, it's something that I truly enjoy. And I might not be very, very rich, but I feel rich. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm rich with the kind of interactions that I have with people. I feel rich in interacting with the kind of people that I meet every day. And I found I've known a lot of rich people, but the happiest rich people I've seen are the people who give.
Mm.
These are the people who knew about Ariana Huffington's perspective even before she wrote Thrive. And these are the people who have money, who have power, and who share and who give. And they have found the third leg to the stool that keeps everything in balance. So you don't have to choose between success and significance. You can actually have both. And that has always been my perspective in life, that sometimes, of course, you have to make decisions, you have to
Mm.
do certain choices, but it's also possible to have everything. But it's
Mm.
probably you can't have everything at the same time. Like, for example, if you're a student, what is your what is your responsibility? Your responsibility is to study, right? Your
Mm.
responsibility is to be the best student that you can, because your children, your parents are spending money to send you to school, or you are working for your education. So I think it's very, very important that you make the most out of what you are doing.
Mm.
Another thing that I always share with my trainees, um, another one of the things that we have, that maybe I can feel that is a milestone for Mindanao, is that we have developed the first training for pediatric oncologists outside of Metro Manila at Southern Philippines Medical Center. So currently I have four trainees who will eventually become pediatric oncologists and help serve Mindanao. And I always tell them that, anything worth doing is worth doing well. Whether it is a PowerPoint presentation, you have to prepare very well because you're gonna be presenting it, and the time that you do in preparation for this PowerPoint is very is very important. So time actually is something that um, is more valuable than anything. For me, time is very valuable, and anything that deserves your time has to be done very well. And we only have one life, right? We only have one life, and I feel that all the time that you have in your life must be geared towards choosing good, doing good, being the best that you can. We maybe you may not be the smartest in your class, but every person is unique. Every person is given a gift, and your role is to discover this gift, and your task is to give this gift to others. This is what I truly believe. And as a medical student, when I mentioned a while ago that I decided to be a doctor since I was 9 years old. It was not an easy um, journey through medical school. One of the reasons that I'm so passionate about cancer is that I was orphaned by cancer at the age of 17. My mom died of breast cancer, and that's why this is something that is very close to my heart. And this is also the reason why it was really tough going through school. So I was on scholarship from primary until I was in med school. I literally have to work for my own education, despite the fact that maybe my father can afford to send me. But I truly work for my education in medicine. And you might think that, oh, okay, she had a hard time getting through med school, and she should use that to to enrich herself. Well, maybe I don't have anything against having lots of money. Maybe if I have lots of money, I will just give them away. So that's perspective that that money is not bad. It's how you use it that makes you significant. And it's also the same with talent. All of us are gifted. Maybe you went into IT because you're very good at what you're doing, or you're learning to be very good in what you are doing, and it's gonna give you opportunities in life. And it's very important that we support ourselves also, but we must never forget that one of the important things in life is to, as I have said, to discover your gift. And because it's a gift, you have to give it away. And that is what makes people successful, and that is what makes people significant. Okay, so we have lots of comments over here on the other side. I can see people from Boracay, people watching from Singapore. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we are
Yes.
flooded with comments already. No?
I'm ready. I hope this is going to be interactive. Yes, Dean, you're on.
Yes, po. Yeah, thank you for that really really inspiring talk, Doc May, no? And then so may mga comment po tayo dito, and then may mga questions na din po ako na personal questions ko, Doc May, that I would want to ask you. So far, I think the achievement of the House of Hope is one of real Davos pride, no? And this has been very close to our then Mayor, who is President Duterte. And how is his support right now? kasi very busy na po yung schedule ni Mayor, the President.
I thank you for I thank you for asking this question. We've known Mayor Detective for a very long time, and he has been with us at the House of Hope. When he's mayor, he would visit about 2 to 3 times a year, and just to spend time. That's why I was saying that time is really very valuable, and if there is anything that we can give to people, it's really our time. And but even if the and he did say that in one of his interviews that he really missed coming to House of Hope, but we know that he has a bigger job now. And but for everyone's information, the president's advocacy for cancer is really very important, and this is the reason why the Republic Act 11215, which is the National Integrated Cancer Control Act, was signed during his term, and that is really a landmark legislation that allows access to care both for adult and children with cancer. Is a very important law that was passed during his term, and we are very happy for that because it institutionalizes access to care for cancer in the Philippines, not only for the rich but also for the poor and for those people who may not have treatment. Diagnosis and treatment for cancer is very expensive and inaccessible to many people, and having that National Integrated Cancer Control Act signed into law under the term of President Duterte is a big demonstration of how our president is advocates for cancer. And we are very happy that recently also the House of Representatives, one of the things that the law has provided was a cancer assistance fund, and we're very happy that recently the House of Representatives has apportioned a big budget for the cancer assistance fund. So this is something that our president has done for people with cancer, both adults and children, and we are happy that he has done that, and we know that a lot of that also has been because he has spent time with us.
Yes, Doc. Okay, and
Ayan.
yes, Sir Emmanuel.
Yes, sir. I'd just like to give some insights about what Doc May discussed earlier. Because I was really inspired, and it's just I'd like to thank Doc May. Very inspiring. I wish I could do the same. I have personal struggles, personal fights in life, and you know what? I truly believe on what she mentioned earlier. That you may not be the smartest in the class. Every person is unique. But what is very important is that we discover our role in life is to discover our uniqueness, and of course share this to others. That was really moving, that was really moving, and I think that's really relevant, especially in this very challenging time, the pandemic time. This is really challenging, especially for our young people, young individuals, to definitely know what they would want to be in life, especially the question that was mentioned by Doc May earlier. Now, if you have like 5 years to live in the world, on Earth, at the age of 20, as an example, what will you do? That's really mind-boggling question. If I have, if I have cancer, if I have this situation, how can I help in changing the world? That's an easy question, but putting it into action, I think, is more difficult than just mentioning it. And apart from that, I also like to highlight what she mentioned earlier about the word thrive. How Doc May um, described the word thrive. meaning it has like greater meaning, which means rich life. So how could we as an individual, especially as a student, as J Marians, and of course as young people, be able to embrace, embody this thrive in our personal life? You know, how we could make our life richer than what we have right now. No, and I also encourage everyone, especially our viewers this morning, because we will be opening this portion for students, especially those who's actually watching on our live video now. If you have question, you may post your question on our live video. Apart from that, just to remind everyone that we will be providing an e-certificate for those who've joined the webinar this morning. Of course, one of our very inspiring speaker will be happy to answer your question. Doc, I have a question here. This is a question coming from one of our viewers. Um, she asked, what are the struggles when you started the center in the Philippines, especially in Davao City?
Thank you very much for that question. And there are many struggles. You know, when you work in a public hospital, you know what, there are just countless needs. And I trained in a place. I was trained at National University Hospital. It's a public hospital in Singapore, but it has the best facilities. In Singapore, the public facilities are the best facilities, and that was how my perspective about how government facility should be. And you know, it's there's I can tell you about so many things, but you just have to look. If you look at the Cancer Institute, a lot of our, you know, it's I don't know how to describe it. You just go there. But it took us a long journey to get there. And honestly speaking, I didn't know what to do when I first came back. The only thing I knew was that I have to keep my promise that I will have to come back and to help Davao City and to help the Philippines in improving the plight of children with cancer where I am. Because one of the moving things that has influenced me to go into cancer is that when I was undergoing training at Davao Medical Center during that time, a lot of the cancer patients I saw, I didn't I didn't realize that you can cure cancer until I came to Singapore. And I saw that there were children who actually survived cancer, who became adults, who got married, had children, and that to me was a realization. And I wanted to do that for the Philippines. I wanted to not really the Philippines. I just wanted to do that for Davao, because that to me that was really very striking. Initially, I didn't believe that children with cancer could survive. And when I came back to Davao, the challenges were just humongous. You know, we had no money, we had no medicine, we didn't even have a place. You could just imagine a big public hospital, who's gonna give you space, right? And that's the reason why we started with just 3 beds for pediatric cancer. And over the years, I think with focus, with determination, with commitment, we were able to accomplish many things. And this is this is not my work. I always say that I am just a channel of everything, you know, of blessings that come to the kids that I look after. And over the years, we looked at low hanging fruits. We started we look for space where we can provide we can get the children with cancer away from children who have diarrhea or pneumonia. And then subsequently, over the years, we develop a team to take care of these children. And that's the reason also why I founded House of Hope Foundation, because the purpose of House of Hope Foundation is to step in any gap. If we run out of medicine, House of Hope Foundation will pay for, will provide the medicine. If there is no transport, we will give money for patients to come to the hospital. So House of Hope Foundation steps in all of the gaps in care for children with cancer, and it has been a long journey. We thank the Davao community that surrounds what we do, because a huge portion of this is because of the kind of people that we have in Davao. You know, the civic mindedness of people, the how they wanted to care for children with cancer in many ways, celebrate their birthdays, send rice and foods, and it's not just giving millions of money, but also giving time and whatever you can for kids
Mm.
with cancer. So over the years, we have built an institution. We have developed a multidisciplinary team. We thank St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We are now one of the global partners of St. Jude. We thank World Child Cancer. I also thank National University Hospital. This local and international linkages, and of course the Department of Health, Southern Philippines Medical Center. They say that it takes a village to raise a child, but I think it takes a country to take care of a child with cancer. So it takes more people, because cancer is really catastrophic. If that's why I always tell the families, with cancer, if the choice is whether you try to cure it or you don't. If you don't do anything, we know that it's cancer, the child will die. But if we try, even if we say that the chances for late stage disease is only 30%, who knows, your child may be one of the 30%. So for every kid, we always try, and if cure is not possible, we know that we could always shift our goals to care. And it's something that everyone can do, caring for children with cancer, loving the kids. I always say that we run out of IV fluids, we run out of medicines, but we never run out of love and caring for our kids.
Yes.
So that's the journey has been very tough, and there are so many people, I cannot name them all. You are all part of them. And what our challenge now is bringing children with cancer earlier to the hospital, so that the chances of cure is also high. For a child with an eye cancer or retinoblastoma, if you see the child in stage 1, the chances of survival is 95%. If the tumor is just within the eye, the chances of survival is 95%. You could just imagine that. But when a child with eye cancer comes stage 4, with cancer that has gone into the brain or gone into the bone marrow, the chances of survival is less than 20%. And the cost of care is also higher. So you would have to give chemotherapy, you have to do radiation, and the chances of survival is also not high. So one of the reasons that we are doing this is having public awareness campaigns, telling people where to go, and helping people when they get to the hospital, so that every kid gets the chance to fight cancer. And that's why our hashtag has always been every kid matters.
Mhm.
Every kid matters. And this is a very Filipino trait. I've always been in Bisaya. Mahiubos ko usahay sa mga I see parents na laborers sila, farmers sila, ikawalo nila nga anak, pero they would bring the child and ask you to do everything to cure this child number 8. So it's really a Filipino value that sometimes when a child is sick, parents would really want to do everything to have this kid better. And I always subscribe to the fact that every child deserves the right to fight cancer, deserves the
Mm,
chance to fight cancer. And this
mm,
is the motto of Children's Cancer Institute: chance, care, cure. Giving every child a chance to fight cancer, if not for cure, then for care. So chance, care, cure. So yan yung Children's Cancer Institute. We always think about that. And for House of Hope Foundation, we always believe that every kid matters, regardless of where this patient, where this kid comes from, whether in a very poor family, in an educated family, regardless of belief, Muslim ba siya, whatever what they believe. We just believe that every kid gets the chance to fight cancer.
Ayun po, sige
Now,
po. Thank you so much.
I was let me read one of the
Sige po.
comments. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm happy. I'm part of Happy Smile and Souls of Brothers and Sisters from Cancer Institute. This he is Jobert is one of the service crew of Jollibee, and comes to the Cancer Institute to give hope and joy.
Yep,
So
yep.
in many ways, whether you are just whether you are part of an activity, you give your time for the kids, and that to me is also very valuable.
I see, Ten. Well, I can see, Doc, no, that was really a huge struggle, especially for the organization to put up centers, especially in Davao City. But yeah, I would agree on what you've mentioned earlier. Na it's not that super hard to put up centers in Davao City kasi nga, of course, the kind of people that we have here, very passionate, very helpful, especially on our advocacy. Ayun nga lang, we have comparisons on public facilities because, of course, we started in Singapore, who has this good facilities compared in Davao City. But I think so much for that. For the meantime, I'd like to pause for a break, just to breathe in and out sa ating mga viewers. Then, of course, I'd like to give them ample time to think of follow-up question kasi, of course, later, after this one, we will be entertaining questions from our participants. Yes po.
Sir
Yes, Doc.
Edmund, yes, I would just like to answer a question from the comment section. What is
Mhm.
your say when it comes to people or parents who go to naturopathy or alternative medicine to cure cancer? I'm going to
Go
answer
ahead.
this quickly.
Mhm.
I do not believe in that. If those things work, I would not have a pediatric oncologist. Ako mismo magdadala sa kanila doon. you know and there are really things that harm our patients. So I'm really very sorry. I do not support alternative medicine for that. You can uh, other things, but not alternative medicine. Maybe wellness. It's very very important, but I the cure for cancer is particularly for children. Now, people don't really think about this. There are things that really could harm patients. Remember, these are very vulnerable. They are kids. They are they have cancer, and it could actually do harm if the things you are doing are not have not been tested and proven. I know there are anecdotal stories, but these are anecdotal stories, one or two or five or 10, and how we treat cancer in children has been proven over time. Cancer is really very tough, whether it's an adult or a kid. So I would always support a scientific approach to cancer. Okay, yun lang, Sir Eman. So, thank you, Mr. Versosa, for your question.
Thank you.
Sige po, Doc. We will be entertaining
Okay.
few more questions later po after the break. I've actually tawag nito, write down questions coming from our viewers. Some of the questions are actually coming from the students, but for the meantime, let's just pause for a break po. Thank you.
The Jose Maria College is an academic institution with a vision to address and extend academic needs of the community, most especially in its neighboring metropolis. The institution has its major mission to address educational convergence, following the Philippine agenda of the government, which is to make an intervention in the achievement of quality education of the region and in the Philippines as a whole, in accordance with the pertinent provisions of Republic Act No. 7722, otherwise known as the Higher Education Act of 1994, and the Virtual Resolution No. 160-2019 of the Commission on Higher Education. This government permit number 012 series of 2019 is hereby granted to Jose Maria College, Sasa, Davao City, Philippines, to operate and conduct the Doctor of Medicine program. The Jose Maria College of Medicine Foundation is now ready to serve everyone, especially the community. Jose Maria College, being a non-sectarian, a globally competitive school, and is well known for its world-class facilities. As the school vies for excellence across the globe, it ensures to provide assured, consistent, and quality education. The Jose Maria College of Medicine Foundation is the third newest school of medicine in Davao region. With the vision and mission of the institution, the Jose Maria College of Medicine Foundation offers a scholarship program, especially for the unfortunate, underprivileged, deprived, competent, and deserving individuals expressly manifest their intention to study and finish their health education. Let us all welcome the newest School of Medicine, the Jose Maria College of Medicine Foundation. We are now ready to serve you.
It began with a vision of a man who believes in education. As an enabling force that leads to the enlightenment and transformation of individual in a society. What started in 2002, Jose Maria College, flourished and has grown into one of the leading institutions in this part of the country.
The best law school, offering the best facilities with the best teachers, yet offering it at a very low rate. And this is very unique, and we should give our thanks to Pastor Apollo Kibuloy for making this happen.
I would like to thank the school, the administration, and Pastor Kibuloy for opening up another law school after 54 years. This will be a good help also in the community, and for the next so many years we'll have lawyers, I'm sure, of quality education would be graduating from the Jose Maria College.
Do you want to have a lab life? Are you a person who is curious, process-oriented, accurate, self-sufficient, and fascinated by science? Do you have keen observational skills, good color perception, and manual dexterity? Are you able to work under pressure, work alone and with a team, and are accountable and responsible? Then you might just be one of the many who is qualified for a lab life. Enroll in BS Medical Laboratory Science Technology or BS in Medical Technology at Jose Maria College. There is a vast landscape of opportunities waiting in the field of medical laboratory science work. You can choose where you want to spend your lab life with. Medical technology professionals are mostly sought after in hospitals, private laboratories, university research labs, public health facilities, biotechnology companies, specialty labs, scientific equipment sales. In Jose Maria College, we have highly trained professionals and high-tech facilities to help prepare your future lab life. Enroll in Jose Maria College and flex on the new normal in education with our flexible learning modality for an assured, consistent, and quality education. For more information, visit our website at www.jmc.edu.ph or our Facebook page at Facebook/Jose Maria College. You can also email admissions@jmc.edu.ph for admission requirements for the BS in Medical Laboratory Science Technology. When we talk about social work, we often visualize persons wearing simple clothes who are usually present in relief operations after disasters, or a person fighting for the rights of the oppressed and underprivileged. Sometimes we think of it as a work done only by rich people in their spare time. These observations are partly true, but not the whole truth in a social work career. What then is social work? Why should you consider a career in this field? Social work is an academic discipline of social sciences where the main focus is to improve society's social structure. Social work serves individuals, families, and communities who seek interventions for an improved quality of life. Social workers work with or on behalf of people's interests to enable them to deal with their personal and social difficulties and obtain essential resources and services. They work in various fields such as disabilities, drug abuse, poverty, mental health, geriatric issues, environmental issues, child abuse or physical abuse, child labor, marital problems, sanitation, and many more. These issues are continually rising, and social work has become a vital need of every society. Social work is not only about doing good deeds and helping the underprivileged. Over a period of time, it has evolved into a profession. To join this ranked field, you can pursue a baccalaureate course in social work. To seek admission for this course, one needs to have specific skill sets like problem-solving skills, patience, and tolerance, excellent conversation skills, interpersonal skills, awareness of legal aspects, organization, observational skills, and most importantly, you have no prejudices about class, culture, religion, and gender. What are the job prospects available in this field? You can work in government and non-government organizations, in community groups, rehabilitation centers, hospitals, educational institutions, rural and community development centers, service organizations, industries and cooperatives, public welfare trust, and the list can go on and on as there is a vast demand for social work professionals in all walks of life. Opportunities are also available in the corporate sector. All companies and organizations are now required to have a particular cell called Corporate Social Responsibilities. Options are also available in international organizations. Social work is a profession that enriches and uplifts humanity. In Jose Maria College, we train and produce social work professionals who have become community leaders and prime movers in uplifting many lives. If you have a genuine feeling to contribute positively to humanity's wellness, then social work is the right career for you. Be a natural superhero. Be a social work professional. Enroll in Jose Maria College and flex on the new normal in education with our flexible learning modality for an assured, consistent, and quality education. For more information, visit our website at www.jmc.edu.ph or our Facebook page at Facebook/Jose Maria College. You can also email admissions at jmc.edu.ph for admission requirements for the BS in Social Work.
The world is falling apart. Every day is breaking our heart. What happened to the world? If we're all alone, what happened to the place we call home? Let's fight the sun's enemy. Let's be one, you and me with unity. No matter what pain, no matter what strife, we can make it through with God on our side. There's no sort of battle we can win. Everyone will be beneath His wings. If we work together, make the choices matter. We'll all be free from adversity. If we're alone, what happened to the place we go home? This is a world our own. Let's fight and be strong. Let us defend our own. Let's fight the sun's enemy. Let's be one, you and me with unity. No matter what pain, no matter what strife, we can make it through with God on our side. Let's fight the sun's enemy. Let's be one, you and me with unity. No matter what pain, no matter what strife, we can make it through with God on our side. Nobody.
Hello. Hi. Amir, I think we still have one video to play po. Hello?
Hi, Dean.
Hi.
I think before they play that, preparing
Yes po.
I would just like to answer one
Sure.
question here sa
Oh, yeah,
comments.
sure. Okay po. No problem po.
Yeah, so why do people with the same
Spit out
cancer
the-
get different treatments and have different problems? Dean, Ron?
Yes po, Doc.
Yeah, can I answer that?
Sure po, sure
Yes.
po.
So the question in the comment is, why do people with the same cancer get different treatment and have different problems? This is because, like, for example, for a child, pag-usapan muna natin ang bata because that's my specialty. For a child with leukemia is a kind of cancer of the blood, right? So kahit sasabihin natin pare-pareho silang acute lymphoblastic leukemia, pwede kasi na iba ang risk niya. Meron kaming tinatawag na standard risk and may tinatawag kami na high risk. So when we classify patients according to risk, iba-iba ang treatment nila. So ganun yon. So may treatment protocol for a certain kind of leukemia. Pag tiningnan naman natin yung solid tumors yung mga bukol, mga cancer sa mata, cancer sa bones, no? Meron yan tinatawag na stage. So bawat stage iba ang treatment protocol, no? Kung stage 1 ka, pwedeng wala nang gagawin, surgery lang, no? Pag stage 4 ka, maraming kailangan gawin. Kailangan mag-chemo, kailangan mo ng surgery, kailangan mo ng radiotherapy. So, depende yun sa stage. The other thing that we take into consideration is bawat bata is different. So, yung response sa treatment for every child is different. So, kaya yan ang that's the reason why a patient with cancer will have kahit pare-pareho yung diagnosis, will have different kinds of treatments and will have different treatment plans, and sometimes iba-iba din kasi yung response nila to treatment. So those are the things that determine how a child or how a patient responds to treatment. Ganun din sa adults, no? Sa adults nga mas mahirap kasi there are other complications. So may mga patient na even if they have cancer, they also have diabetes, they also have hypertension, they have other things, no? And a patient could have different responses to treatment, kaya ganun. So hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na pare-pareho yan sila, because the fact that even individual patients or individual kid or individual adults, iba-iba yung response nila to treatment. So kahit similar ang treatment protocol, the way we approach patients is really individualized. So yeah, I hope I have answered Mr. Nick Etty. Thank you for your question.
Okay. Yeah, I think may isang video lang po na i-show, Doc, then patuloy po tayo. Hindi na, medyo technical lang kanina. Hello?
Talagang I was very frustrated kasi nakita ko yung mga bata na may cancer in other places, kagaya ng Singapore, kagaya ng Japan, kagaya ng Amerika, na nagagamot sila, gumagaling sila, maski cancer yung sakit nila. So I was thinking, bakit dito sa atin hindi natin nagagawa yun? May mga pasyente, they come from outside of Mindanao, Surigao, Jensan, Cotabato. Wala silang kamag-anak dito. And most of the time, I will find them, natutulog sila sa sahig, yung mga paminsan may nakakarton lang sa ilalim ng bed. So we thought na they really needed a place to stay while the patient is undergoing treatment. So napakaraming problema actually, walang gamot, walang place to stay. Pero siguro one at a time, kahit paano na-address natin yung kita natin over the years, yung survivors day, dumadami yung mga survivors natin na bumabalik. And I don't think there is any better testament to the success of the program rather than that. You know, they say that what you are is God's gift to you. What you become is your gift to God. I truly believe in that. Ako, choice ko ito na makatulong ako sa kapwa ko, na I will be able to provide opportunities for people, particularly mga bata and families na who are sick. And I hope that what we do here will inspire other people, kasi you don't have to be a doctor to be able to help. It doesn't take to be someone special to do extraordinary things. I think it just takes ordinary people with extraordinary hearts to do extraordinary things.
Okay.
So ayan, okay. So anyway, before we proceed to answering questions now, before we will entertain questions from our viewers, from the students who's actually watching this video, tapon ko muna kay Jury. I'd love to hear some of the comments
So,
online.
we would like to
Jury?
shout out for the Boracay and Cebu, Davao City viewers,
Hi,
especially to
Boracay.
kay Mitch TV. Shout out po sa Boracay. From Boracay,
Hi,
Aklan.
Steve.
Yay.
Hi.
Welcome. So, next naman
Okay.
is shout out din sa nanonood sa sa Singapore.
Okay. Hi, Singapore. Actually, si Doc May ngayon is in Singapore din.
So, shout out din sa mga J-Marians na nanonood ngayon.
Okay. Thank
So,
you.
let's proceed na sa question and answers.
Okay.
All right. So thank you. So sana no may mga may mga mag-shoutout pa sa atin, kasi I can see that
Maraming comment.
madami tayong viewers at the moment, and
What?
yes po, ang daming comment din, ang daming
Okay.
viewers.
I want to ask Doc May. Watching from Davao City daw kay Mark Paul, Canada. Okay. Doc, light question lang po. If ever hindi kayo naging doktor, ano kaya ang ibang profession natin, Doc? Or
Oh, I have an answer to that. I would have been a lawyer. One of my grandparents wrote a book in law. He was a judge. So I think procedures yata in law. So I would have been a lawyer. I would have loved to be a lawyer. But I love being a doctor more. So
wow.
so yun yung sinasabi ko kanina. If you have something, you really have to work towards that. No, kahit, there's nothing easy in life, and the more difficult it is, the satisfaction you get is actually much greater. So kaya nga sabi ko, being a pediatric oncologist, kahit mahirap siya, the satisfaction I feel being able to cure cancer, and if not cure, then care for kids with cancer, it's really very very rewarding. So I'm sure it's the same thing with people. Lahat naman kasi tayo, dahil magkaiba-iba tayo ng perspective, but I think what is common to all of us is that whatever you choose, you just have to be the best, be the best of what you can be. And I never compare myself to people. I think that's always my secret to happiness and to success. You shouldn't compare yourself to people. Would you believe, Dean Ron, I used to have a fear of public speaking. This is really something na people will not believe now. When I was in college, I really am scared to go up the stage. Talagang nanglalamig ako, kumakalog yung knees ko. I can feel na talagang nanlalamig ako, but so I recognize that was something that I need to develop. Kaya parang naging ako, I I joined extemporaneous speaking contest para
Wow.
ano ko, so that I could be a better, I could be a better person, I could be a better speaker. So I think it's very important na we have self-awareness, ano yung mga weakness natin, is it something that we can improve on, we can work on. So I think it's the same way with people. Whatever it is na sa tingin natin, pwede natin ma-improve, I think we should work towards that. So and never compare ourselves with other people. Just be the best of what you can be. Kung halimbawa ako, gagaya niyan, noon hindi ako magaling magsalita. Ngayon kahit papaano I can communicate very well,
Yes
because
po.
I feel that's very important as a doctor. You have to communicate very well, only to the public, but also for me as a pediatrician, to the kids, to the families, to my coworkers. So that's the reason why I work towards developing my communication skills.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that, ma'am. Okay, Sir Eman, ano pang ano natin dyan?
Yes po. Actually same din kami ni Doc, no. I have fear in public speaking. Taong bahay talaga ako since elementary up until college. But when I started engaging community service, ayun na, I can't stop talking. I love talking every now and then. Yes. But for now, I'd like to ask this question, Doc. This is actually coming from one of our viewers. It says here, what are the services offered by House of Hope?
So, House of Hope Foundation is a charity for pediatric cancer patients. And unfortunately, we focus on it kasi hindi naman masyadong malaki yung capacity namin. So, we step in any gap for the patients who come to SPMC Children's Cancer Institute and yung shared care facilities namin that are located in Northern Mindanao Medical Center, in Davao Regional Medical Center, in St. Elizabeth Hospital, in Lavinia General Hospital. So these are the places that we work with in Mindanao. And we support sa SPMC kung ano yung kulang. Kaya nga, let's say, like, halimbawa, maubusan ng medicines, we step in the gap, maubusan ng antibiotics, ang House of Hope Foundation pays for that. Kung halimbawa, the patient needs radiotherapy, kung halimbawa, hindi namin ma-cover lahat, we will do what we can so that the patient gets radiotherapy. If there is, like halimbawa, paminsan-minsan hirap kami sa diagnosis, and we have to send it overseas, House of Hope Foundation does that also. So, what is the best chance of every child or every adult to cancer? It's really to complete treatment, to be diagnosed properly, to be managed well, and to complete treatment. If I would really emphasize that, yung completion ng treatment. Kasi we have had cases na mag-drop out sila ng treatment or mag-abandon sila ng care. That's really a waste of resources. Kasi pagbalik ng pasyente and the patient is already relapsed, resistant na yan to treatment. So lahat ng ginawa natin noon, sayang lahat yun. So, this is the reason why kung na-notice ninyo ang House of Hope Foundation, may social worker kami, meron kaming child life coordinator, we have a whole multidisciplinary team that looks after the kid and the families. May transient home kami, we have House of Hope. House of Hope is a transient home for children with cancer. This is a project that we share with the Rotary Club of Waling-Waling Davao. No, meron tayong dalawang House of Hope dito sa actually tatlo, no? Dalawa sa SPMC compound, may isa sa Bangkal. We have one also in Davao, in Tagum, no? So this is a place where patients with cancer, children with cancer can stay for free during yung duration ng treatment. Kasi a child, ang treatment process is very long and it requires repeated visits to the hospital. Kaya nga yung unang naging project ng Davao Children's Cancer Fund was really House of Hope. No? Kasi during that time, may mga patients kami ma-diagnose but hindi na sila makabalik kasi galing sila sa Surigao o galing sila sa Cotabato, wala silang pamasahe sa hospital. So that's the reason why we provided House of Hope as a transient home for these kids. No? So many services. Kung ano yung kailangan ng surgery, we support it. No? Ang goal ng House of Hope Foundation is for every kid to get the best possible chance to complete treatment, to be diagnosed properly and to complete treatment. So, yun ang ginagawa ng House of Hope Foundation. And we're very happy that over the years, we have seen many survivors from pediatric cancer. Meron na tayong actually may mga graduate na sa college, no? We're already working. So we see na if you just give the chance to a child, children can be cured and there's life after cancer for these kids.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for that answer, Doc. Doc, I'd just like to throw in this question kasi po, I think this is medical question. Sabi ng isa nating viewer, ni Nick Anthony Ethic, sabi niya, can cysts turn into cancer daw ba?
Meron kasing mga cancer talaga na may iba-ibang components yan. No, when you do a biopsy kasi 'di ba, tutusok ka lang or unless you remove the whole tumor. No? Pero kung halimbawa magpa-biopsy ka lang. So paminsan-minsan kung ano lang yung makita doon, ano lang yung tamaan. So yun lang siguro yung nakita. So sometimes mixed ang isang tumor. Meron siyang cyst, meron siyang malignant components or cancerous components. So it might be na from the very start nandun na talaga yung malignant or cancerous components. So baka hindi lang nakita sa biopsy because that process is also but having said that, mahirap it's very difficult to say anything kasi hindi naman natin nakita yung pasyente, hindi naman natin nakita yung other evaluations, other workups. So it's very important to get a full picture of the patient so that you can say what is happening to the patient. So ako usually I don't do that. I would like to meron kasing binibring up dito and I feel that this is very relevant in today's conversation, itong pandemic. Yung perspective natin, this truly, alam ko for Filipinos, itong ginagawa natin na we are advised to stay home. In fact, I realized mas marami akong ginagawa ngayon kasi in a day paminsan-minsan yung issue aabot ng 5. There was one day na 7. Mas grabe ang costs you in a different way. No? And I realize nowadays, noon kasi when you go to the hospital, tapos na yun, right? Mag-rounds ka and everything, and they call you, and then you make decisions. Pero ngayon, lalo na ngayon, everyone does Zoom. So, and for me, personally, I'm a global person. We have international linkages. So, paminsan-minsan hanggang madaling araw, no? Kasi sa US, umaga, no? Reverse. So, it really exhausts us in different way. Lalo na, I know sa students. And it's also very exhausting. I also teach at the medical school. So sometimes, 2 oras ako nagsasalita ng ganito. So it's really very taxing. So we have to adapt in certain ways. But I always, kaya siguro ako, I have a different perspective in life because I'm a pediatric oncologist. I always see a glass half full. No, I think that what the pandemic has taught us is that there is really very little that we need in life. Ano lang ba kailangan natin sa buhay, right? It's the essentials. No, our family, going to work, buying medicine and buying food. So if you come to think of it, yun lang. Siguro what is challenging for us Filipinos because we are sociable people. No, we are very sociable people. Ako ang nami-miss ko, yung I can hug yung mga patients ko paminsan-minsan. They will run to you, they will hug you, and ito yung physical contact with people. I think that is what challenges everyone. But when we come out in difficulties, I think this is what tests our character. No, sa totoo lang, life is not easy. There's so many struggles that we have to go through. But so even if you see na maybe I'm well established, but I went through a lot also, and this is something that I would have to tell the young people. You Nothing that is easy is nothing that is easy will give you satisfaction in life. It is the most difficult things and the things that you overcome that gives you character. So itong pandemic talagang challenges our character a lot. No? It teaches us discipline, and I think that's very, very important also in life. No, to have discipline. Alam mo, you have to study, pero halimbawa kailangan mo rin gusto makipag-party. No, so it's also about choices, making the right choices in life. And I think for the young people, wag tayo maghanap something that at the moment, no, kung ano ang meron dyan, like for me, I have my work, I have my family. You just enjoy it for the moment. Dahil pag natapos yung pandemic na yan, we will lose all the many things that we have gained during the pandemic. Our time with family, that's going to be pag bumalik, and we will have to go back to our usual life. We will again lose the things that we gained through the pandemic. And I think it's very important that at the moment, kasi itong pandemic na ito, history have shown us that it will, we will get over it. It's just a matter of when, right? Pero matatapos din ito. This is not going to be forever. So whatever it is that we have, and another thing that I would like to share with the young people, happiness is not something that other people can give you. You must find your happiness inside you. There was ako mahilig ako manood ng movie. I think there was this line, yan yung mga relaxation ko, music and movies. And there was this na parang something like, you go to the island to enjoy or something like that. You can't go to the island and the island will not bring you happiness. You're the one who's supposed to bring happiness. So kahit nasa loob ka ng bahay, kung talagang you have happiness within you, you don't need other people to give you happiness. You have to find your happiness within yourself. It's the same thing in whatever situation that we have. You have to find happiness in you. So kahit pagpasok sa school or pagpunta ng hospital, pagpunta ng work, you must try to find something that makes you happy wherever you are. Because otherwise, work is going to feel like work kung hindi ka masaya. When that's why I love being a pediatric oncologist, and I think it shows. And kahit gaano siya kahirap, I love what I do. So that's why it doesn't feel like work. It still feels like play. It still feels like pleasure. Because I like what I'm doing, and I try to find happiness and meaning in the things that I do. So I think that's one of the important things that we can learn from life. People cannot give you happiness. You have to find happiness within yourself. That's something that others cannot take away from you.
Hello. A quick question lang din pala, Doc. Tanong ko lang po, yung first patient natin na, sino nga ba yun? Yung girl na si Miss, yung pong naging scholar din siya, yung inspiration behind sa sa House of Hope. Kumusta na po siya, Doc? Natapos na po siya?
Oh, yes. Alam mo, that's also a very heartwarming story. Siya yung nag-inspire ng House of Hope because during that time we didn't have a place to stay, and I think she was 5 years old when she was first diagnosed, and nakita ko yung papa was looking after her, and I said, "Where is your wife?" Kasi ilang araw na ang tatay lang palagi ang nagabantay. So apparently the wife just delivered a small baby, a baby, and she was breastfeeding, and dahil baby yun, hindi pwede papasukin sa hospital kasi well naman siya, no? So actually her young sister and her mother, nandun lang sila sa waiting shed. So that's where I thought na, you know, you can, we want to cure cancer, but I think we should also look into the basic things that we could provide, like a roof over people's head. You know, they travel all the way to come to Davao. So that's why House of Hope was born. And this lady now is already 21 years old. Akalain mo 5 years old pa siya. So 2021 na siya. She wants, bumalik siya sa akin. Every year we see our patients, bumalik siya sa akin. Sabi niya, Doc, I want to study law, pero gusto niya daw accounting muna. So sabi ko, hindi man kami nagpo-provide ng scholarship. But you know, the president and Senator Bongo has always been supportive of education for our patients. Kaya din dyan sa House of Hope Foundation, we are also a satellite of Dumanlas Elementary School. So yung mga patients, even if they're undergoing treatment, tuloy-tuloy pa rin sila nag-aaral. No? They are, the Department of Education has actually adopted us para our kids continue and itong patient na ito, she's doing very well. Nasa Dean's List siya ng Ateneo, and I'm so proud of her. So isipin mo, she survived cancer and she's doing very well, and I know she will make my dream come true, no? Magiging good lawyer ito in the future. So there's really life after cancer, and this is the reason why we do what we do, because this young kids, they also have dreams, and we want those dreams to come true. We want them to grow up into adults and to fulfill whatever dreams they want to do. So that's the reason why we do what we do. And lahat na sumasali sa amin, lahat na tumutulong, you're all part of that, you know, giving every kid the chance to grow up.
Okay.
Sige po. I think Jury has a question.
So Doc, I have one question lang din po. Kung curious lang po kung yung stress po ba na nakaka-cause po ba siya ng cancer?
So, alam nyo, we'll shift. We'll stop talking about children and we'll talk about adults. Lahat tayo actually may cancer cells tayo sa katawan natin. And your immune system, kung normal yung immune system natin, it's the thing that stops cancer. You know, yung mga abnormalities, alam naman natin na cancer comes from mutations or from missense, you know, mga processes sa katawan natin. And our immune system are the one na parang soldiers sila. Pag nakikita nila cancer cell, pinapatay nila, no? So that's what our immune system does. So there are many things that could lower our immune system, and stress is one of them. Stress does not directly cause cancer, no? Hindi mo siya masabi na nagko-cause siya ng cancer, but it can contribute to the causation of cancer. And alam naman natin, pag may sakit tayo, hindi lang naman yung physical or yung medical well-being is also very, very important. So, ang stress naman kasi nakaka-contribute hindi lang sa cancer but other things, hypertension, diabetes, you know, and all that. And what I have really learned, and this is something that I would like to teach young people, you must find a balance in your life. No, you always have to find a balance in your life. I always, kaya siguro ako, I truly enjoy what I do because I work very hard, but I play harder. Alam mo yun, you have to have a balance in the things that you do. Pag medyo ano na alam yan ng team ko eh, pag medyo mabigat na masyado, I will step back, I will take a break. Kasi you cannot give to patients what you do not have. So it's very important to have this sense of perspective to always be there for patients na as your rich self, no, as a thriving person. And importante talaga ang balanse sa buhay. I was trying to look at my pictures in med school. Sabi ko, mga class pictures or mga outings ng mga pictures, hindi ko nakikita ang sarili ko. Siguro nagsige lang ako aral. But I do remember that, we would go to Boracay. I really love Boracay. I studied medicine at West Visayas State University in Iloilo City. And we would find respite from studies. But yun din, but hindi rin pwede na puro tayo. I think that's one of the challenges of Filipinos. Marami tayong masyadong distraction sa buhay natin. Paminsan-minsan masobrahan tayo naman enjoy, no? So, kailangan balanse. We have to find the balance in our lives. And every person, different yan. Kasi we do different things. We like different things. So, we have to discover kung saan tayo balanse. Because that contributes. I feel that I am a better doctor because I have a wider perspective. I am able to travel. I read a lot. I listen to people. I talk to people, and I think that what makes you a complete person. No, interaction. Ito yung nawala sa atin when the pandemic came in, no. But you could still interact with your family. You can interact with your friends.
Mhm.
And it's very important. Our connections with people are one of the most important things in life. It's not having so much money or being there on top. Being on top is very lonely. It's being in the middle or
Mhm.
being with other people that it's really more fun, and life is more fun when you interact with other people. But of course, you have to balance that with times of being quiet, times
Mhm.
of listening to your inner self, and to time to be quiet, and to appreciate everything and that is around you. And if we always um, find reasons to be thankful, I think that's one that's going to make us very, very happy.
Yes, Doc.
Ayan. Thank you. I think that tanong yun ni Jury kanina yung can stress can cause cancer. Kasi speaking about the IT people, yung mga IT students natin, I know that they're very stressed with, ang dami nilang things to do in the computer and so on. But yeah, through it all, sabi nga ni Doc May na you have to balance things, no? You have to stop if there is a need for you, or if kailangan mo talagang mag-pause. And of course, you will know then how to proceed, how to continue. Ayun lang naman din yung dapat natin gawin as student, as young people. Kasi in this very challenging time, especially sa pandemic time, ang dami-dami nating iniisip. Not just as the school thing, but of course what is happening around us. So ayun lang naman, we have to balance things. And I think one more thing, kasi ang dami pa nating questions pa sana, no? But I know we have very limited time. Doc May, I just like to ask a few or a message to our young people.
How I wish I was younger. How I wish I was young again. But I always live life with no regrets. I think to live life with no regrets is to be the best of whatever you can be, whatever that is. I think being alive is a gift. but living your life
Hmm.
is your responsibility. Living the life that was given to you in the best possible way is everyone's responsibility. And the young people, you have to be very careful with your choices, because wrong choices can lead you in a different path. So be very careful with the choices that you make in life. It's okay to make mistakes, but do not stay on those mistakes. Now, look at mistakes as something that teaches you to be better, and you always have to try to move forward. um, the what has guided me since a long time ago is when you have dreams, you look at people who already have your dreams. If you like what
Hmm.
you see, then you go and you go ahead and work towards that dream, because sometimes it's very sad when you try to do certain things, and at the end of the day, when you have reached what you really wanted to reach, you didn't like what you got.
Mm-mm.
So it's very important to see, if you have a dream, to see other people who have already have it, and to work hard towards those dreams. And again, I always stress this to my young trainees, that um, life is not easy. Life has its fun moments, but it's not easy. So difficulties are a part of life. You have to accept it, you have to embrace it, and you have to get over it, and you have to move on, whatever wherever you are. And one of the most fulfilling things in life is to become the best person that you could ever be. So I think in a nutshell, that is what I would like to tell the young people that we have here today. And I feel very honored, I feel very privileged that you give me this opportunity to share with you what I know, the little I know about life and about cancer and about the things that I do. And I hope that it gives you inspiration in your life. And just to remain steadfast, to pray also very, very important. In fact, that's maybe the most important thing in life.
Ayan, super, super duper thank you po talaga, Doc May. This conversation means a lot to us, especially yung isa sa mga participant or yung isa sa mga viewers natin, si Ma'am Pearly Ann Ramos Obarde. Sabi niya, thank you for your encouraging words, Doc. It means a lot. It really means a lot, especially sa amin po ng mga young individual. So ayun na po, I think I'd like to turn over, at this time, I'd like to turn over the floor to Sir Ron. Sir?
Ay, hello, hello. Ay, Doc May, sorry, nag-overtime tayo konti, Doc May, ha? Sedyo talaga, medyo interesting yung discussion. And then,
Okay. Okay, I enjoy
salamat.
being.
Yes po. Thank you very much po talaga sa time. I know na very busy po kayo, and just to share my experience sa no, kasi with some project with Doc May, I had the privilege to work with her, and then nakita ko yung sabi ni Doc May kanina na how simple life is, na dapat maging grateful ka, and then you could one particular instance, ma'am, na yung sinabi ko sa inyo last time, na I had this two little children talking with each other about the chemo that the other would be taking. Tapos sabi ng isa na ano ba ang pakiramdam, no? Sakit ba daw? Kasi first time ng isa. Tapos sabi ng isa na ano po siya, nakapag-chemo na po siya, na actually parang hindi masakit daw, pero hindi mo naman daw ganun ka ma-feel talaga. And then sabi niya na that really struck me, no? Sabi niya na parang kidney yata yun, ma'am, na when that would be removed daw, kasi isa na lang daw, tapos parang inoobserbahan pa siya, so mamamatay na daw siya. Then for kids to talk like that habang I was documenting din, ma'am, parang wow, parang napaka-serious nung nung topic nila. But these are kids, no, talking like that. Parang iba yung conversation na maririnig mo commonly sa ibang kids, like I mean in the places where you go. So that was really some experience that I really kept within me, ma'am. And then see, I mean, it's really inspiring po. And then, by the way, ang birthday ni Doc May po yung Survivor's Day na ginagawa natin, no? Every she dedicated her birthday for all the bago lang po, belated happy birthday po pala uli, ma'am, last December. And then that was yeah, in fact, every now and then I share it to my class, kasi I think it's really important that like you have this gratitude, and then some kind of having meaning to your life, not just simply achieving, parang giving back is really something that would get you a long way po. So
Well,
yeah.
siguro, Din Ron, in short, particularly sa young people, you think you have problems.
Yeah,
So,
exactly po. Exactly po.
you think you have problems. Kala niyo laki ng problema nyo.
Yes
So
po.
I've always been thankful to the kids and the children and the families who have entrusted their lives, no, in our hands, and to care for them. And oftentimes we think na nakakatulong tayo, pero actually it's the other way around.
Yes po.
These kids provide us with a perspective in life.
Yes.
Yun yung sabi ko, if you only have 5 years to live, what do you do with your life, right? Huwag
Yeah,
kayo maano na, nasa loob kayo ng bahay nyo, hindi kayo nakakalabas.
yes po.
Pasalamat tayo, buhay pa tayong lahat.
Yes po,
We are
exactly
all
po.
survivors of the pandemic, no? So,
Yes.
we always have to find the silver lining in everything that that
Yes.
happens in life.
And siguro, Doc, no, just a piece of advice siguro, no, sa, like, especially yung nafe-feel na depressed. I mean, there are news like, porket na hiniwalay ng boyfriend, nag-suicide, yung mga ganun na but probably if they would go to, like, House of Hope, and then, I mean, these are kids, no, na wala pang alam ba? I mean, hindi na bigyan ng opportunity, like how old are we right now, di ba? And then, ganun na yung problem nila, guys, like, it's a matter of life and death. Hindi ka basta-basta yung ganung problema, no? Tapos, eto kayo, hindi lang na nagtampo lang sa parent, naglayas. You really realize a lot of things na pwede palang mas maging meaningful ang buhay kaysa masyado akong magtutok sa napakaliit ng problem natin compared to
Singit ako.
Yes.
Valid
Yes.
mo. Nakalain mo, walayan ka ng boyfriend mo. Masakit din yun.
Opo.
Pero the point here is, you have to move on. Dadaan talaga tayo sa mga ganyan, no? You have disagreements with your family, with your friends. Sakit din yan. Pero yung ibig kong sabihin na don't stay there. Move on.
Yes po.
Don't stay there. Move on. Napakalaki ng mundo. No? Marami tayong pwedeng gawin. If we that's why I feel that those who share and the givers are really the happiest people. Kasi when you focus so much on yourself and you focus on others, it gives you a kind of happiness that's why I'm very happy na share ko yung advocacy ko with other people, because I'm able to share yung happiness na feel mo sa heart mo, na to be able to make kahit konting difference sa buhay ng isang bata, or just I realized that being grateful and being thankful for everything. Yun na nga sabi ko, totoo talaga yung sabi nila na the moment na you wake up, you realize that that's the greatest gift that you have, to be able to wake up and to see the world. Because there are people who are blind, who cannot see the world, who cannot see light. There are other people with bigger problems, small people like our kids who have bigger problems, pero iba yung perspective nila sa buhay, and I'm always very thankful that they have allowed me to share their journey. So, thank you very much, Dean Ron. Ang daming
Thank you
comments.
po,
I
no?
would have
Ang
loved to
dami po.
answer questions. Basta ang sa akin, trust your doctor. No, huwag kayong, minsan we read so many things in the,
Mm.
itong mga doktor kasi, they have studied for so long, and cancer is something that is very complicated. It's not an easy disease. And, there's so much that is not known about cancer, but we all try our best for every patient that comes to us, whether it's an adult or whether it's a kid. And you just have to trust your doctor, and to live a healthy lifestyle. No, healthy lifestyle. Eat well, exercise a lot. Just to find balance sa buhay natin. That's all.
Wow. Thank you talaga sa time po, Doc. Merry Christmas po.
And Merry Christmas sa lahat. Huwag kayo malungkot. Tayo ng whatever that's gonna make us happy. No, Christmas is about a savior being born, and that's something to be happy about. That simple fact is something to be happy about. Ako nga sabi ko, birthday ko hindi yan December 8, everyday birthday ko. So we should always celebrate our lives, and to be alive, and to be with our families, and to be with other people. That is something to be always thankful about. So thank you so much, Dean Ron, Jory, Sir Edman, and the people in the community who are watching us, the Jose Maria College. Thank you very much for having me here today.
Thank you po. And then, by the way, pala, on behalf sa klase namin sa Entrepreneurial Minds, kasi the group has agreed, Doc, kasi may konting project kami na kung ano man yung po yung konting proceeds namin, we'd love to. It's an honor and opportunity to at least may Christmas gift po kami sa mga bata kahit paano po. Thank you. So, yes, thank you. The jury, I think may sasabihin ka.
So yes, we appreciate that you guys. Thank you, Ma'am Doc, and thank you, Sir Aaron. So we appreciate that you guys ask your questions, but sadly, because of the time, we can't entertain all of them. But then, thank you again for submitting your question, guys. So Doc, thank you for answering some of the questions. So for being our speaker this morning, a certificate of appreciation is in order. So let me read the citation. Is presented to Doc Mae Dolendo for sharing her individual time with us, invaluable time with us as a guest speaker for our JMC EduTrends. Signed by Sir Aaron Jess Vergara, MIT, Dean College of Information of Technology. So thank you so much.
Salamat. Maraming salamat po talaga, Doc.
And of course, the success of this webinar will not happen without the help of our participants who spared their time attending this webinar. And because of that, a certification of participation will be provided. So thank you again. So before we end our webinar, I would like to request Doc Mae and Sir Aaron for a photo opportunity of this webinar together with a certificate of appreciation given to Doc Mae.
Group na lang.
One,
pala mag-photo.
Smile.
Yan. Okay.
So okay. For the closing remarks, thank you, Doc Mae and Sir Aaron, and to Sir Eman, and all of you for attending the webinar today. And on behalf of the Information Technology Program, I'm Jory Benedicto, your host for today's webinar. It is my pleasure to host this event, and again, a pleasant morning to everyone. We hope to see you again next time in our upcoming EduTrends for the next semester. Thank you so much and have a great day. God bless.
Yes,
That
God
ends
bless.
another substantive discussion on JMC EduTrends, produced by the Jose Maria College Communication Affairs Office. On behalf of our founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, thank you for being with us. Join us again next time for another interesting, inspiring, and transcending discussion on JMC EduTrends. Bye everyone, and keep safe.